Hello. Hi guys, welcome to this Facebook live show. And guys, if you can see and hear me loud and clear, just type a one in the chat below. Let me know if you can see and hear me loud and clear, because it seems like there's a lag over here. Type a one in the chat if you can see and hear me. Okay, good. I think I see a lot of you coming on board already. Welcome to this Facebook live show. Awesome. Hi, we have Helen over here. Good evening. Hi, welcome Helen. Munwa, Shirley. Hi, Alice, Hunt Hawk. Okay, good. So it seems like all of you can see and hear me. One. Bennett, one as well. Awesome. Okay, good. Dave, hi. Lynette, Esther, Kelvin, hi. I think you're asking about your stock, some of you already. Brian, hi. Philip, Flavor, Terry, Emmeline. Yes, I can see it. Hi, Ivy. Good to see you here. Hi, Dennis as well. Good evening, guys. Welcome to this Facebook live show. Pretty much the first ever Facebook live show in 2022. All right. So welcome here. All right. Thank you so much for being here. And there'll be so much we'll cover today. And before I even go into that, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for being here today. I think you want your stocks to be covered. And in today's Facebook live show, pretty much it is called Ask Me Any Stocks, right? Ask Me Any Stocks, in short, AMAS. Pretty much you will be able to ask me any stocks in the Singapore market, right? In the Singapore market. So make sure you stay all the way to the end, right? Don't ask your stocks now, because if you ask them now, all right, later I'll share with you where to actually ask it and type it in, all right? Because if you ask it now, you can see that it will be lost in the comments, right? So thank you so much for being here, right? So this is what will be covered for those of you who have just joined us. Welcome to this Facebook live. So we have more than 100 of you on board already. Thank you so much. And yeah, pretty much you will be able to ask me any stocks in the Singapore market. And for those stocks that a lot of you are asking about, we will definitely try our best to cover them as much as possible. We'll even do a quick look at the market if a lot of you are asking about it as well. All right. Type 2, guys. Type 2 in the comments if that sounds exciting. Type 2 in the comments below. Let me know if you are ready to go, and let me know what are your stocks. Hi, Victor. Good to see you guys. Hi, Lynette, hi. Li Tiang, Kelvin, hi Crystal, Alice 222. Okay, awesome. So it seems like you guys can still see and hear me. Hi Esther, good evening. So let's move on, right? Let's move on. So we try to keep this session as probably about an hour plus, or we try to cover as many stocks as possible, those that you guys are liking. And I would really appreciate if you guys can help to hit the like and the share button as well. I think there should be what we call a like and share button. All right, help me to hit the like and share button so that we can help to reach out to more people. More people can ask about the stocks. We can try to help more people as well. All right, so hit the like and share button for me. All right, I think there should be a heart shape or something like that over there. I'm not too sure whether you guys can see it, right? But it is like coming up right now. All right, so hit the like and share button, guys, if you want your stocks to be covered. Thank you so much. Okay, also I see a lot of heart, and I think there should be a heart shape as well. All right, hit the heart shape button as well. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's move on. Okay. So just a quick disclaimer, all right, whatever that will be covered today, all right, is just for educational purpose, only same thing, all right? So please do your own due diligence as well, all right, the standard disclaimer. And here's what you need to do in order to let me know your stocks, right? Here's what you need to do, right? So this is it, all right? And here's what you need to do, okay? So in order to participate in the live poll, right? In order to participate in live poll, we do a live poll, and that's where you can ask your stocks. We can do a live poll of which are the most popular stocks that a lot of you are asking about, right? And I'm actually using this tool, all right? And here it is, right? So go ahead to slido.com, www.slido.com. All right, go to slido.com, and the code to actually type in your stocks would be AMAS 04. All right, so go ahead to do that. Let me know once that is done. Type done. Let me know once that is done. So that's where you actually ask your stocks at. All right, and there'll be a live poll. I think I've shown this live poll, right? So go to slido.com, www.slido.com. The code is AMAS 04, which stands for Ask Me Any Stocks. 04. Let me know, guys, once this is done. All right. And I think if you're on slido.com, if you have typed in the code AMAS04, there is actually a poll that is happening. All right. There's actually a poll that is happening right now. Let me just show you the results, guys. And yes, this is live indeed, right? This is live indeed. What is your view on the stock market this new year, all right, 2022? So this is live. So you guys are actually participating in it. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stock, whereby we'll do a quick look at the market. We even look at the STR if a lot of you are asking about it. And of course, we'll dive into the stocks, not me, that you, all right, that you guys are asking about, all right, that you guys are asking about. So that later, all right, you guys will be able to type the stocks in and we'll see what is the stocks that a lot of people are asking about, right? So once you're on slido.com, go ahead, type in the code AMAS04. I think there's an option to choose. And pretty much when you choose, like, you know, what is your view on the stock market this year, all right? And that's where you can see it's moving live. It's moving live, right? So what is your view on the stock market this year? You can see a lot of you are participating. It seems like a lot of you are more bullish, all right? About 35%. 35% is of you are quite bullish, 20% bearish, 19% bearish as well, 24% bearish short term, but bullish in the long term. All right, sideways maybe 13%. Please help to analyze 13%. No idea, 8%. All right, so this is live, guys. So if you can actually see this, if you actually participate in a live poll, then you are in the right place. You are in the right place, all right? That's where you will actually ask your questions, and that's where you can actually participate in the live poll, all right? So this is it, right? So I think most of you are quite bullish, all right? Quite bullish on the market, all right? And some, I think, okay, now it's like turning, right? Bearish in the short term, but bullish long term. So I think this would be the main one. I think a little bit more bullish, but maybe short term there might be some weakness as well, right? So we'll look at the STI later in a bit, right? So let me just go ahead to turn off the poll, right? Let me just go ahead to turn off the poll right here. Okay, so yes, you can join us later again on slido.com. The code is AMAS04, and that's where you will be able to ask your stocks, right? So let me just go ahead to the STI, right? This is the STI. How many of you want me to cover the STI, the Singapore Straits Times Index? Type yes in the comments below if you just want me to do a quick, coverage of the STI. Let me know in the comments. Type yes in the comments. Okay, so it seems like some of you are asking about the stocks like Yang Zhejiang, IFAST. Thank you, guys. But later you will be able to type the stock, so not to worry. All right, now we'll probably do a quick look at the market. All right, and see where we are. So I think a lot of you are asking yes. Thomas, yes. Hi, we see a lot of you coming aboard. There's more than 100 of you on board already. Welcome. For those of you who have just joined us for this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. My name is Choy, top tier Malaysia trader in Phillip Securities, and in today's session we'll be pretty much going through the stocks, the Singapore stocks that you guys are asking about, right? So just hang in there. We will try to cover as many stocks as possible that you guys are asking about, and we'll do our best, right? So welcome, right? Yeah, Thomas, hi. Hi, Victor, Emmeline, hi, Roger, Kito. Yes, I can see your comments. Hi, May, Lawrence, Bunwa, Junis, Switchun. Hi, good to see you. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Piguan, Dave. Awesome. Okay, let's move on, right? So let's go ahead. So this is the STI, right? I think a lot of you are saying yes. You want to do a quick, understanding of what is the STI doing, what is the market outlook for this year. So just look at the STI, all right? Go ahead to give me a like, or press the heart-shaped button, guys. That will definitely help out to reach out to more people. Thank you so much for doing this, all right? So hit the like and the share button before we move on. Help me to reach out to more people, and more people can benefit on where we are in the market. All right, so go ahead to do that. Okay, good. Yes, thank you. Yes, I see a lot of like and share. Thank you. Okay, good. So this is the STI, right? STI right here, the Singapore stock market, trading at about 3,257, right? So I would say that some of the main factors affecting the market for now, I think all of you would know, all right? And okay, maybe let me just talk about where we are right now and what has happened over the past few months, right? What has happened over the past few months? You can see this is the STI right here. You can see that pretty much, in 2021, all right? Maybe I would say somewhere around like November 2020. Look at this right here. The market has come like bottom November 2020, and that was when we actually had talks about a vaccine coming out, right? And not just the Singapore, the US as well, all started to see a really, really good push from November 2020 all the way up to somewhere around March 2021, just last year. And, the market started to move sideways. So there was a really good push, all right, for the market in terms of the recovery by more than 30%. In about 5 months, right, from November 2020 all the way to somewhere around like April 2021, and it was pretty much sideways, right? So it was like pretty much a good recovery from COVID, and then you can see we started to hold above this really critical support level. So the market was pretty much consolidating, I would say, sideways for the STI, all right, sideways from March 2021 all the way to like now, all right, and we are pretty much in a sideways movement, I would say, in the midterm, a little bit in the short term as well. Short term, of course, we saw some ups and downs, all right, but we are pretty much consolidating the mid to long term, all right, and the support level would be around this level called 3040. Look at this right here, 3040, 3050. We have rebounded from it, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, all right, and we are pretty much still above this support that has been holding over the past, I would say, 10 months, right? So this level, write it down, this key, right? This level is key, about 3040 to 3050. That is pretty much the support level for the entire market if we really want to see more upside this year in 2022 and even into next year as well, right? So that is the key support level. So far, we have been holding on really well, really well. In fact, just a couple of months back in October, we traded high. You can see we started to rebound from October to November. And what happens was, you can see this was like quite a heavy sell down right here. You can see somewhere around the 26th of November, we kind of broke down the 3,200 support level and we sold back to the same 3040 level. Anybody can tell me what is the reason for this heavy sell down somewhere around the end of November? What is the reason? Let me know in the comments below. What is the reason why we saw a heavy sell down on the last week of November? Let me know in the chat below. Okay, I think some of you are saying it's the Delta variant. Okay, Omicron. Okay, Omicron. Joseph, hi, good to see you. Janet, Omicron. Victor, Omicron. Correct, right? Correct. That is definitely one of the main reasons why we sold off as well. So keep it coming. I can see your comments. Hi, Crystal, you're saying it's Omicron. Correct. Hi, Lewin, Omicron. Kumre, good to see you here. Omicron. Okay, good. So it's pretty much the Omicron variant that came out, right? And that was pretty much the last week of November 2021. You can see we kind of broke that 3,002 and we sold off, right, for the entire market, even in the US as well, by more than 5%. I'm saying somewhere around 5%. And we headed to this support here, around 3040, 3050. As I mentioned, we have been rebounding, all right, from this level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And yes, we sold off and we rebounded again from this level. So this level is key. I mean, it's kind of like we stand, right, in the sell down of Omicron as well, all right? And yeah, I mean, when the market kind of sold off, you can see that Omicron was first discovered and there was a lot of uncertainty. A lot of people don't know about it. And that's where the market just decided to sell first and ask later. And, we saw a huge sell down and it started to rebound, all right? And somewhere around like December, all right, at the mid of December, we started to see like another selling down in the market, right? Can anybody tell me what is the reason for the mid of December sell down? What is the reason? Is it Omicron again, or like there's some, another factor that's affecting the market? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, good. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome. I see like more than 200 of you have just joined us today. Welcome to this Facebook live show. This is pretty much the first Facebook live show of 2022, and that's where we will be able to cover the stocks that you guys are asking about later. All right, not to worry. You will be able to key in your stocks, and we'll do a live poll as well, right? Okay, good. So let's move back to the question, right? Interest rate hikes, correct. All right, interest rate hikes. So you can see that market started to sell by 2 to 3% somewhere mid of December, and I think a lot of you have mentioned interest rate hike, correct? And the reason was because of the Fed coming out and inflationary data kind of like hitting a 4 decades high, right? CPI numbers were just getting a little bit too high, and the Fed kind of came out and said that they want to hike interest rate for this year in 2022 by about three interest rate hikes, and the market started to sell down and react to it, right? So I think just a few days back, The CPI numbers are out as well, the inflationary data, and it seems like it is still tame. All right, still tame. It's still high, of course, but not as high as anticipated, and that's where we started to see the market rebounded as well, right, over the past week as well. Okay, but this is pretty much the main two reasons that you guys has pointed in terms of the interest rate hikes. The Fed is looking at about 3 or maybe 4 interest rate hikes, and that has already been priced in, but of course it can change. We may actually see a bit more weakness in the short term, especially if the Fed comes out and say that they need to hike rates like maybe 5 or 6 times, right? Then that's where the market will be a bit shocked, right? And the market will react to it negatively, especially if there are talks about rate hikes or reining in some of those quantitative easing measures that came out for the entire COVID period since like 2020, right? So you're going to pull back some of those measures. Definitely the market is a little bit more bearish in a sense in the short term, but each time we pull back down, you can see that buyers are starting to come out. So I would say that right now, if you're asking me about the market for the STI, I would say that we are still looking quite bullish. In fact, right? The banks have kind of led the entire recovery over the past 1 week. Right, we have like DBS, OCBC, UOB all pushing up by more than 3, 4, 5%, and that's where the market started to push up as well, leading the entire STI. So I think the market is quite bullish. Of course, right now we are seeing some selling pressure coming back around the 3,300 level as well. All right, so just take note of that level. I think that's where we can potentially see a little bit of selling. We might retrace back down again, and of course, if we were to break down below the 3,002 again, right? Yes, then pretty much the downside would be back to that same level, right? All the way down to maybe that 3040, 3050. That is the same support level that I talk about. All right, and as long as we stay above 3,002, I think it still looks okay, but just take note of this support level. So far, it's still holding, but if we break down again, like what happened when Omicron hit, then we may see a little bit more selling back to those levels here, 3040, 3050, whereby, we can start to see some bargain hunting again, right? So this is pretty much the outlook for STI. I think that the market is still quite bullish. Of course, in the short term, we may still see weakness coming in whenever there are talks about the rate hikes, whenever new inflationary data comes out, right? That's where the markets will be affected. All right. So yes, that is pretty much the market, right? The STI market. All right. And how many of you are still here? Like type 3, guys, type 3 in the comments if you are still here and you want to go into the Singapore stocks that you guys are asking about, and that's where you can ask your stocks. Type 3 in the comments below. Let me know. Three. Okay, good. Thank you so much. So this is pretty much the Facebook Live, all right? And going to give me a like or a little heart shape. I think there is like a heart shape button whereby you can click. All right, thank you so much. Click like and share so that we can help to reach out to more people, and that's where more people will be able to ask your stocks as well. Okay, so let's move on. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move on. All right, so where are you able to ask your stock? Let me just go ahead to pull out this right here. So this is where you can actually ask your stock, all right, and go to slido.com, right? Go to slido.com and ask it and put a code AMAS04, right? That's the code AMAS04 to join this live poll, right? What are 3 Singapore stocks that you want to be covered today? So I think if you go to slido.com, AMAS04, you will be able to like type in 3 stocks, right? So 3 lines, 1 line for 1 stock, don't combine it, all right? So 1 line for 1 stock, each person only have like 3 times, right? 3 stocks. And we are doing like a live poll on what are some of the stocks that you guys are asking about. Let me know in the slido.com, right? So don't type it in the chat below, because guys, if you type it in the chat below, I think some of you are typing like, IFAST here. I think Jingtio, you are typing IFAST. Bunhan, you're talking about SIA. So type it in the slido.com, go to the code, type in the code AMAS04, and that's where you will be able to participate in the live poll. In fact, you can see your stocks right here as you key, right? So don't ask it in the Facebook, because you can see that the comments will be lost, all right? Okay, hi, David. Okay, so this is live, yes, and pretty much we have quite a lot of stocks that is being asked. All right, just give you guys a little bit more time, maybe one or two more minutes. All right, so this is pretty much live. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome to this Facebook live session called Ask Me Any Stocks. And right now, all right, is where you guys will be able to ask me your Singapore stocks, right? So you have just joined us, welcome, right? My name is Choy, top tier advisor, trader in Philips Securities, and this is where I pretty much go through the stock that you guys are asking about. We do a quick analysis, all right, whether you're looking to buy, to sell them, or to get out. That's where we do a quick analysis, right? So this is pretty much the stocks that you guys are asking about. Go to steedo.com. The code is AMAS04. So one more minute, guys. So I think a lot of you are asking about IFAST, right? IFAST. So let's take a look, right? IFAST seems like a lot of you asking, okay, is moving, guys, is moving. So make sure you ask, right? Well, of course, we try to cover as many as possible, right? So if you have more time, we'll do our best. But I can see right now, IFAST seems to be the winner. We have like DBS as well. Comfort Delgro. We have, I think we have IFAST, right? IFAST seems to be the leader. Okay, good. So IFAST, Wilmar, Nanofirm, Frencken. These are pretty much the few popular stocks. We'll try to cover as many as possible. So 30 more seconds, guys. 30 more seconds for those who have just joined us. All right, go to steedo.com, code AMAS04. Let me know what are the 3 Singapore stocks that you want to be covered today. Let me know. All right, we have like Geo Energy coming up as well. All right, so let me just write it down. Okay, IFAST number 1. All right, we have like Geo Energy as well. We have like Riverstone. I think Riverstone is one of them as well. And we have like the banks. I think people are asking about the banks, right? And we have like, let me see, right? It's like just moving, guys. Okay, yeah, I think the banks, DBS. I think DBS is like, we have like more than 20 of you asking about DBS as well. SIA, I think a lot of you asking about it as well. What are 3 Singapore stocks that, okay, it's moving, it's changing. Let me just see. We have Wilmar. I think a lot of you asking about Wilmar as well. So, so far what we have, guys, I've just written down. We try to cover as many as possible, right? Maybe 5 to 10 stocks. We have more time, we can do it. All right, but I would say that the first one we cover will be IFAST. Number 2, Geo Energy, Riverstone, DBS, SIA, and Wilmar. All right, sounds good, guys. I think we have like AEM. I think some of you are asking about AEM as well. AEM, even like OCBC. All right. Okay, good. So let me just pause it. Because it keeps on moving, right? Let me just pause it, right? So yes, guys, we have pretty much ended the live poll. Okay, we have pretty much ended the live poll. Let me just put this to one side. And yes, okay, so these are pretty much the stocks that I've gotten, all right, that you guys are asking about, that a lot of you asking about, and we did a live poll. You can see that it's actually moving live. So the first one would be IFAST. Second one would be Geo Energy. Number 3, Riverstone. Okay, DBS, SIA, Wilmar, AEM, and OCBC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stocks we have right now. So we try to cover these 8 stocks, guys. Let's just cover 8 stocks first. Of course, we have more time. We try to cover 1 or 2 more. All right. But this is pretty much the 8 stocks that we will be covering today. All right. Type 10 in the chat below if you're ready to dive into the first counter, which would be IFAST, right? Especially if you are the one that is asking for IFAST. Type a 10 in the chat below. Let me know. Press the heart-shaped button or the like button or the heart-shaped button if you are ready to go. Let me know, guys, until I see about 20 10s, right? So yes, 10. Kunwei 10. Hi, Wihun 10. Thomas 10. Hi, Pushen 10. Elise 10. Terry 10. Good to see you guys, right? So we have like more than 100 and 200 of you on board already. Welcome, all right? And Ahoy, hi, good to see you here. Lee Cho, Sylvia 10. So I think all of you are pretty much prepared to talk about this stock. So for those of you who have just joined us, we have just done what we call a live poll of the stocks that a lot of you are asking about. And let me just go to talk about this 8 stocks that we actually covered, right? So the first one would be IFAST, in case you're waiting for it, right? IFAST, Geo Energy, Riverstone, DBS, SIA, Wilmar, AEM, and OCBC, right? These are the 8 stocks that we did a poll and you guys are asking about. So if you have more time, we try to cover more. So I'm sorry if your stocks are not in this list here. So sorry. All right. We'll see if we can cover them in a bit after we complete these 8 stocks. All right. So let me just go ahead to the first one, which will be IFAST, right? IFAST. Okay. So this is IFAST right here, trading at about $7.72, right? $7.72. Over the past 1 week, I would say past 3 to 4 days, we did see a little bit of sell down in IFAST, right? It kind of broke below that $8 level. Anybody can tell me what is the reason why IFAST sold down? Is there any news that came out? Let me know. Buy a bank that is losing money in Europe, worrying, right? Okay, good. I think some of you might have followed this stock called IFAST as well. All right, and yes, indeed. All right, so that's one of the reasons why it came down, because I think it kind of did a placement at a 7% discount from the previous day closing price to raise about 73, $75 million, all right, to buy a UK bank called BFC Bank, right, in the UK, right? So it kind of use the sales proceeds to fund the acquisition, all right, and some working capital purposes as well. And because of that news, you can see that because of the discount, right, in terms of the placement by about 7% discount, so the price kind of dropped when it was somewhere around the $8 plus $8.20. It was actually holding quite well, $8.20, $8.30. So it kind of just dropped down by about 7% to the $7.50, right? So pretty much this is what we are seeing and the reason for the drop, right? But before we look at where we are right now, let's take a look at what happens over the past 3 to 4 months, right? So IFAST is one of those really good, I would say, uptrending counter. In fact, we've been covering this stock since last year, all right, when it was really good uptrend since the beginning of last year. You can see we were somewhere around $3. I think this is pretty much one of the strongest stock for 2021, all right? Really good uptrend. You can see we went for $2 to $3 to $4 to $5, and quite a strong and firm uptrend. In fact, we can also draw what we call an upward sloping channel support line right here. This is pretty much the whole of 2021. So channel support line whereby we form higher lows, very strong uptrend. Each time it touches near that line, it rebounds, all right, over here, all right. And then we started to see a little bit of consolidation. So let me just remove this because you started to see a bit of consolidation right here. And we went to around the $10 mark. So this $10 mark is a firm resistance level. You can see touched about 1 time, 2 times, and unfortunately we broke down below the $9. So that's not a good thing, because when we broke the $9, right, you can see something like a double top, right? Something like a double top. We touched 1, 2, and we were holding above, right, this $9 for a while. But you can see we just kind of broke the $9. So a little bit shaky in terms of weakness in the short term. All right, when you broke the $9, and you can see we also broke that $8.50 all the way down to around that $8 level. So that was pretty much a downside over the past 2 months, all the way to around $8. I think some of you have mentioned, Bennett, you're saying that they have to shoulder the bank's debt. I think BFC, there's some debt, so they pretty much took over the debt, and they acquire a bank in the UK. This is pretty much the reason why we are seeing weakness for IFAST over the past few weeks, maybe even before the news came out over the past few days, right? So that's pretty much the reason why. So let's take a look at the technical of it, right? So you can see that $8 was this really good support, and that has actually broken down, all right? So let me just go ahead to draw another support level that has came out. So I kind of expected it to go towards 7 to 750, all right, whereby some buying pressure might come back again, all right? And why that $7? Look at these guys. $7 is pretty much back to where we were, somewhere in February 2021 last year. Okay, see, this was a clear resistance, right? This was a clear resistance. We broke up and the uptrend really started, right? And we are back to this level right now, right, all the way back down to 750. I think that this is the support level for now, 7 to 750. Of course, it's only 2 to 3 days, right? But what happens is, I would say that in this zone, 7 to 750, that's where some bargain hunting can come back again. People who are looking to buy on dips for the longer term, that's where people might start to think about getting in. But in the short term, to be honest, in the short term, we might actually see a little bit of weakness still, all right, if we are below the $8, right? The $8. Why $8? Look at this, right? This $8, as I said, it was originally the support level. In fact, we rebounded 1, 2, kind of traded it, broke below, ran up again, and you can see we broke below $8. So $8 is quite a firm resistance. Let me go to turn it to red in color. You can see right here. So red color, resistance level $8. In fact, today we went to a high of about $7.95, and sellers came back to push it back down. So that could be kind of the short-term downside from 8, maybe all the way back to like 757. That is like the downside whereby, you know, selling can come back again, and hopefully we want to hold above this $7 level, right? This $7 level. I think that is key to actually prevent more selling, right? So I think in the short term, we might actually see some weakness because of this news coming. I think some of you are saying it's like a lousy decision. All right, to kind of like buy that bank, or but they want that they want to go into this whole entire banking business, right? In terms of having a banking license as well, and you can't take that decision, right? So it will take a while, right? Probably let's stabilize a bit first. I think in the longer term, it's still hard to say because right now you can see that this red line, 100 days moving average, is flattening out. The blue line, the 200 days moving average, is flattening out as well. So not really in like a clear longer term downtrend. We still need a bit more time for that, all right, to play out, but it's not really in a clear downtrend in the mid to long term, right? But in the short term, yes, we could actually see a little bit more weakness, right? The weakness because look at this, right? The green line, the 20 days moving average is pointing down. It kind of broke below the red line, and we have broken the $9 and also the $8 support level. So short term, we might still see weakness. So just take note of the support level, 7 to 750, whereby buying pressure can come back again. If you're looking to buy on this, maybe around here, 710, 720. I'm not too sure whether you can hit there, but those are pretty much levels you can think about. But just be careful, right? Because as I say, we probably still need a bit more news, right? I mean, in terms of the developments that comes out, all right, and a lot of analysts are coming up with reports that, and there's some downgrades as well, and that's the reason why the stock is selling down, right? But it's the fact that we did see buyers coming up, and look at these days when it sold down, right? This is what we call something like a hammer on the 11th of Jan. When the news came out, we kind of like went down to a low of about $7.31, and buyers push it all the way back up. So there's definitely some signs of bargain hunting, as I mentioned, because of this candle here, something like a hammer whereby sellers were in control, and then buyers came back somewhere near the day end and took it all the way back up, right, at this range here, the 7 to 750. So that is where buying pressure can come back again in the short term if we were to hit to that. All right, so this is IFAST. This is IFAST. In the longer term, I think it still remains to be seen, but short term, just take note, we can still see more selling pressure, especially below $8, which is where we are right now. We're like 772, all right, which is below $8, right? So we can actually see more weakness below the $8 level in the short term. All right, so that would be the first stock that you guys are asking about, IFAST, right? So let's move on to stock number 2. All right, hopefully a little bit more bullish. All right, let's go on to stock number 2, which will be Geo Energy. Let me know if you guys are still here and you want to go to stock number 2. Type 2 in the chat below, right? Type 2 in the chat, or just give me a like, hit the heart shape button before we go to stock number 2. All right, let me just drink some water. Okay, two. Yes, so we have more than 200 of you coming on board. Welcome, guys. Welcome to this Facebook live show. My name is Choy, top tier advisor, trader in Philips Securities. And in this session, we'll be doing kind of like a live poll on the Facebook Live. I mean, pretty much the stocks that you guys are asking about in the Singapore market. So I see a lot of heart shape. Thank you so much, guys. I'm not too sure whether you guys are seeing this when you're pressing it, but yeah, it seems like it's a lot of likes. Thank you. All right, so let's move on to the second stock, which will be Geo Energy, right? So we have 8 stocks. Let me just try to cover as much as possible. This mix of like Geo Energy. Let's take a look. Right? So Geo Energy is actually one of those stocks that I kind of like shared with clients as well. I think for those of you who are my clients, thank you so much. I think you're probably in our WhatsApp broadcast whereby we actually share some of those ideas on the daily basis. If you're not yet a client, make sure you reach out to us. All right, send us a message, or if you're on my email list or something. All right, maybe later I'll put the link as well for you guys. Here, let me just go to, I mean, for those of you who are not a client, all right, let me just go to share this link. I'm not too sure whether you guys can see that link, but I just shared that link right there, all right? And pretty much, if you're not a client, as a client, you will be able to get some of our ideas by WhatsApp much faster. And Geo Energy is actually one of those stocks that we covered over the past few months as well, all right? So, yeah, I mean, reach out, go to the link right there. I just shared it in the comments, right? That can apply to be a client. And that's where you can enjoy some of our services, some of top ideas and trading as well as a client of mine in Philips Securities. The link is right there, right? Okay, good. So let me go ahead to analyze this stock, all right? Okay, so this is Geo Energy. I would say that in the longer term, right, mid to long term, this content has been quite good. Somewhere around like 2020, end of 2020, you can see we started to consolidate slowly, push up, and we have been forming what we call higher lows, right? And that's where we can draw this upward sloping channel support line, all right, very strong, I would say, uptrend in the mid to long term. And let me just go to remove this line. You can see that in terms of the moving averages in the longer term, all right, in terms of the red above the blue, both of these red and blue lines are pointing up. So long term, the uptrend actually looks quite intact. It looks quite intact, all right. And we did see a little bit of support coming in around that 30 cents. So that is pretty much the range for now, right? 30 cents, you can see this is where the 100 days moving average is. We actually went below, but fortunately we came back up above that 30 cents. So that is kind of like a good thing, right? It's a good thing above 30 cents. And right now 30 cents would be like a good support level. So those of you who are holding on to these stocks, I think it's not too bad. Anything above 30 cents, to be honest, I think it looks quite bullish, and we can actually see more upside. We can actually see a bit more upside. And what would be that main resistance level that you guys want to take note of, right? That would be this level right here. I think 0.35. I shared it in the chart as well to clients, right? 0.35 would be that critical resistance level that we have been consolidating below for, I would say, about a month plus. All right, and yeah, this is pretty much the range, 30 cents to 35, right? It's like a 5 cents range, up down, which is normal. We're going to see a bit of consolidation, and hopefully we can break this 35 cents. We do see some really good bullish price action above 35. I think not too bad. I think that's where the upside can actually happen quite fast, all the way to like 40 to maybe 43, the high that we've seen somewhere in October, right? So this is Geo Energy. I think those of you who are asking about Geo Energy, you definitely want to write down this stock, put it in your watch list, right? Because I think this is not a bad stock, right? It's quite a good stock. In fact, as I mentioned, clients will come alert to it, all right? And I think it still looks bullish. Anything above 30 cents, there is still a bit more upside, and hopefully we break that 0.35 level, right? So this is Geo Energy, right? The pretty much the second stock that you guys are asking about, right? Not too bad, right? Let's move on to stock number 3, all right? Stock number 3 is Riverstone, right? Riverstone, type 3, guys, type 3 in the comments, hit the like, share, all right, if you want to move on to stock number 3. Okay, three. Okay, awesome. Let's move on to stock number 3, which would be what? Riverstone, right? So, which of you guys are asking about Riverstone? Okay, so this is Riverstone, right? One of those like glove makers. We have like UG Healthcare, MedTech, Riverstone, and all that. Riverstone right here. What do you guys think about Riverstone? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think about Riverstone? Is it like in an uptrend, like Geo Energy, like moving up, or is it like in a downtrend? Let me know in the chat. Is it like up or down? I mean, just by looking at the chart. Downtrend, Lynette, we are saying that is a downtrend. Bennett down as well. Hi, Emily, Edwin, you're saying it's down. Good to see you here. Hi, down. Doris, down as well. Okay, David, down. Okay, seems like a lot of you are saying it's down. All right, Maureen, you're asking about Frencken and UMS. Okay, we try to cover that as later we get more time. All right, thanks, Maureen. Roger, up, down. All right, let me move on to share a view on this stock. Right, so this is Riverstone. You can see that it looks a little bit different from like Geo Energy, right, which I mentioned is like pretty much an uptrend. We have an upward sloping channel support. It has been holding above. But in this case, for Riverstone, in fact, we can actually draw the opposite, right? Since like somewhere in 2020, all right, after COVID-19 and all that, you can see we started to raise up all the way because of this huge demand for gloves, all right, and many of those glove maker stocks just started to rally, right, somewhere around here when there were talks about like a vaccine coming out. You can see, and then that's where many of these demand started to wane down, right, and many of these stocks started to sell down, right. So we have, I would say, been pretty much in the downtrend, since like 2021, or maybe even before 2021, in like 2020, like September. So we can actually draw what we call the downward sloping. You can see this is like a downward sloping channel resistance line, all right, whereby we kind of like connect all the highs and we're like having lower highs. So I would say that for Riverstone, definitely not not a stock that you want to be holding. I mean, in the downtrend, we normally don't want to hold on to stocks in the downtrend because, you know, you can just break the support. Like you can see when we broke that $2, it went out to like 160, we broke 160, we went to 120, 120, we broke, it went to $1, $1 gave way as well. 80 cents broke, now it's like what, 735, guys. We don't want to buy and hold on to stocks that are in the downtrend because cheap can become cheaper, all right? So definitely, you don't want to hold on to stocks like this. So this is pretty much a downtrend. Of course, in the short term, we did see a little bit of like rebound because of like Delta, Omicron variant, and then it started to rebound a bit. But overall, I would say that in the longer term, this is pretty much a downtrend. I probably wouldn't advise to buy now, right? To buy now because we are in the downtrend until there are some clear signs of a reversal. But it seems like we're not seeing any clear signs of reversal, right? In the short term, we're just seeing some consolidation, maybe a little bit of a rebound from here. Let me just go ahead to draw this support level. We did see a little bit of support coming in around that 60 cents mark, but this is pretty much the range, right? All the way from 60 cents, a rebound to that 80 cents, right? But anything, to be honest, below that 80 cents, which is that support level we broke down in November, all right? You can see we sold off, rebounded a bit due to Omicron. And then, all right, you can see sellers might actually start to come back right here around that 80 cents. So in the short term, we might consolidate from like 60 to 80 cents, all right, 60 to 80 cents, but you know, we might still see selling, all right? Anything below 80 cents, I think it still looks weak, the trend. So you definitely want to be, be careful if you're holding on to counters like this. By right, you would need to have a plan, all right, to get out, right? If certain support levels are broken, like the 120, the 160, the $2, there are just so many chances to get out if you are actually holding it or you have bought, during the rally we've seen in 2020, right? So this is Riverstone, a little bit more bearish for now. We normally don't want to think about buying stocks which are in the downtrend, even though it's cheap, because if that 60 cents support were to be broken, to be honest, we may even go to like 50 or 40 cents. Just like it's broken that $2 and you buy, and it broke that 160. If you buy, you never know how low it can go, right? Just because if it breaks the support, it can go lower, right? You want to be careful. So same thing, if it breaks the 60 cents, we might actually hit lower, right? We don't know how low it can go, so don't want to buy, especially until we see some signs of a reversal. Okay, Ken. So this is Riverstone. This is Riverstone right here. Okay, so let's move on to the next counter, which will be DBS, right? The fourth stock that you guys are asking about, DBS Bank. All right, and I think DBS is quite good, right? We have covered it in a video, I think about last week. We did a video on my YouTube channel on the banks, the Singapore banks, which saw quite a good rally, right? DBS and UOB, really strong uptrend, I would say. And for DBS, I talked about this support level at this like $33. So $33 was actually a very firm resistance. You can see we're somewhere around here in November, in end of November as well. Of course, when Omicron hit, we sold down and we went to around that $30, right? $29, and started to see a rebound. And the rally and the rebound actually started. So we broke this $33 level, and there were some upside targets that were drawn actually all the way to around that 35. So it seems like we have hit our target, right, from the video that was just done last week before it even happened, right? So we hit our target 35. All right, and even $35 gave way as well, right? And now this is pretty much where we are, 35.50. So I would say that the banks looks, to be honest, quite bullish, even though they have like gone up by quite a fair bit over the past 1 week plus 2 weeks. I think it still looks quite bullish for this year. All right, DBS and UOB, one of the two stronger banks, I would say. I mean, we will cover OCBC as well, but DBS and UOB are one of the strongest. The trend looks really good, uptrend intact as well. And we have also broken that 35. So right now, maybe if you have like got in, at like 32 or 33 plus, you're already sitting on profits. What you want to do, all right, if you have like followed the video, or if you have like been alerted by the WhatsApp broadcast as a client as well, we did share out, to clients as well on the bank. So I think last week before the rally really started, that's where you want, if you have ridden the upside, what you want to do is to make sure you protect your profits. So pretty much have the stop loss, right? You want to protect your profits. You don't want it to like come all the way back down to like 33 or 32, and then from like, making money and then you're like losing money, right? No, right? So you want to make sure you protect your profits. And how do you do it? I would say that this support level would be somewhere around that $35, right? So $35 was our initial resistance, our target, all right? As I say, from 33, there were targets drawn all the way to that 35. So that level has been breached as well. So this 35 would now be like a new support level. 35 would be a new support level. So I think if you want to protect your profits, you can probably have like a stop loss at 34.95, 34.90, all right, just in case you to break down that 35. all right, and it starts to hit all the way back down, at least you get out, you still lock in your profits. Does it make sense? All right, so you don't want to like just let it go all the way back down, as I mentioned, right? You want to make sure you protect your profits, especially if you have rode the entire rebound, right, since like mid of December, the rebound from like 31, 32, 33. You want to make sure you protect your profits by having a stop loss maybe just below that $35 immediate support level. So it can be 34.95, 0.90, you know, around there. I mean, just make sure you get out, you still make your money. All right, but anything above 35, I think that's where we can reiterate our targets up. All right, a bit of resistance maybe at 35.50, but I think if that gives way, potentially targets can be raised higher all the way to like 38, 37. That could potentially be the upside. All right, that could potentially be the upside, but you might consolidate. I think it's healthy to probably see a little bit of consolidation just above 35 to 35.50 a little bit. All right, we don't want to go up too fast. If we go up too fast, that's not so healthy. So we want to see consolidate a while from 35 to 35.50. All right, and then attempts to push higher again, maybe breaking at 36 to push like to 37 to 38. All right, so this is DBS right here, right? DBS, one of the banks that we covered in the video last week, and I think clients were alerted to it as well. So I think it still looks quite bullish, right? So make sure you protect your profits. All right, if it pushes higher to 36 or 37 or 38, great, you're probably making money. What you want to do is to raise your stop loss upwards as well. Raise your stop loss upwards as it moves up, so that it will come back down. You know, you just get out and you still make your money. All right, so that is DBS. I think it looks quite bullish. Later we'll try to cover OCBC as well. All right, let's move on to the stock number 5, right? Stock number 5, right? And stock number 5 would be SIA, right? SIA. Let me know, guys. Type 5 in the chat if you want to move on to the 5th stock, and that would be SIA. Type 5 in the chat. Okay. Welcome, guys. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any Stock, right? More than 200 of you here today. Thank you so much for being here. And we are pretty much going through the stocks, the Singapore stocks that you guys are asking about. And we have like 8 stocks we have covered. IFAST, in case you just joined and you don't know what stocks we already covered. We covered IFAST, Geo Energy, Riverstone, DBS, and now we are going into SIA, right? So if you have missed any of these stocks, right, not to worry, the replays will be on Facebook Live. You can go to my Facebook page, and that's where you can actually view the replay video in case you missed any of the stocks that we covered just now, all right? We covered IFAST, Geo Energy, Riverstone, and DBS. So let's move on to SIA, right? A lot of you are typing about 555, so let's move on to SIA. Let's see where we are for SIA, right? Okay, good. So this is SIA right here, right? So I've covered SIA. I would say that, you know, last year, you know, when we saw the recovery, and of course, this is where we sold off in April due to Delta variant, and of course, we sold off again somewhere in like November, end of November, due to the Omicron variant. You can see we sold off. All right, of course, Delta variant was quite a heavy sell down, but for the Omicron, all right, even though it's like you know, it was like initially people were like a little bit scared because we don't have much data. But right now, I think people are looking at it in terms of, you know, it being not as severe, or in terms of the symptoms is milder, but it's like more transmissible. All right? Of course, we all still need to be careful as well. All right, make sure you practice safe distancing and all that. All right, but I would say that for Omicron, the market is a little bit more prepared, right? The market is a little bit more prepared. More and more people are vaccinated. We have like booster shots coming out again. All right, so the market is a bit more prepared. All right? So it is kind of like sold off to this support level for SIA, and just write it down. I think I mentioned for SIA in the video as well previously. This support at 480, right? 480 is the support we have been holding above since May 2021, right? You can see right here, right, from 480 all the way to the $5.20. I think if you're going for the longer term, a lot of people, you know, have been like trying to get in near that 480 level, and it's true that we actually saw a couple of rebounds from that $4.80 level. Look at this, right? So 480 to that 520. Now let me just quickly shift out. Okay, rebounded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after Omicron. You can see it sort of rebounded again, right? So 480 rebounded about 6 times, right? 6 times, and each time we rebounded, we went to around that 520. And, you know, there was some selling coming back again. So yeah, in fact, you know, before Omicron, we actually kind of like broke that 520, right? Broke that 520. So it's like 480 to 520. And I was actually kind of like expecting a new higher, like uptrend phase, or like for the recovery to actually continue, right? When it broke that, like, you know, 520, you can see that pretty much the range was like 520 to 560. Look at it, right? It kind of like fits really nicely. Like we can just shift this up here. Like it's like a same 40 cents range from 520 to 560. All right, and that was where we were, right? So I was actually expecting quite a good, uptrend slowly starting to form, especially if you can hold above this like 520 support level. But unfortunately, you can see right here we broke down this 520 when Omicron hit. All right, no choice. All right, many of the airlines in the world got hit as well, and we are back to that same that same 40 cents range, which is pretty much where we were since May last year, right? So that is the range, right? 480 to 520. We are pretty much consolidating here. I think that the whole longer term growth story it still remains intact, but it will probably take a while. I mean, next 1-2 years, right? Probably not like next month or something, right? People, I mean, in terms of the whole entire travel industry, tourism industry, it takes a while for people to start coming back, flying around, going for holidays and all that, even though now they're like designated travel lanes. And that's pretty much the reason why it spiked up, but that was even before Omicron, right? But even though there's all this like movement, I mean, government implementing, more like VTL travels, but, it still pretty much will take a while because Omicron is still here to stay, right? So people are still afraid of traveling as freely as before COVID, right? So that is the range, 480 to 520. I think if you want to get in near 480 for like a rebound, maybe you can think about getting out like 520 as well. But this is more like a longer term recovery. I would say in the short term, we are still in this range for 480 to 520. Hopefully, all right, just like what we saw here, if you can break that 520, then yes, it's back to that same 520 to 560 range. Okay, so this is SIA, more of a longer term recovery play. If you are going looking to buy on dips to catch a rebound, yeah, you can probably think about doing it near that 480 level. All right, but make sure you have a plan as well. In case it breaks down, then not so good. We might actually see a little bit of weakness. But so far, since May, for about like 8 months, we have been rebounded. We have rebounded like 6 times above the 480. Okay, so that is stock number 5, right? So let's move on to stock number 6, which would be Wilmar, right? So for those of you who are still here and I've covered your stocks already and you've found some value so far, go ahead to give me a like and share. Help me to like and share so that we can help to reach out to more people. Now, first, if you like and share this video will be on your page as well, so that you can definitely come back to this video and not miss any parts in case you don't know where to find the video again. Right? So go ahead to like and share, so that your friends will be able to see this video as well. It will definitely be very helpful, right? Yes, I see a lot of heart shape, a lot of like. Thank you so much. I think there's like a red button. Go ahead to click on the heart shape as well. Thank you. All right. So yes, this is the next stock number 6. All right, stock number 6 that we want to cover, and that would be Wilmar. All right, that would be Wilmar. Let me just take a look. Okay, good. Let's go on to Wilmar. Okay, so this is Wilmar right here, trading at about $4.26. All right, let me just go to move this down. Okay, good. So this is Wilmar, and we are trading about $4.26, right? So, what do you guys think? Is it like a little bit more bearish, or more like sideways for now? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Sideways. Sylvia, you're saying it's a little bit more sideways. Hi, good. Tom, you're saying sideways. Bennett, sideways as well. Okay, good. So it seems like a bit of sideways. Let me just go to analyze it for you guys. How is Wilmar doing? All right. I think Raj, I think, yeah, you're asking me about Wilmar, I think, many times. Good to see you here, Raj. Confused, all right? Yeah, so this is Wilmar. So let me just go to do a quick analysis. So you can see that Wilmar, pretty much, we were actually seeing quite a good push somewhere in 2021. Look at this rally all the way from like about 420 to around the $5.40. But unfortunately, you can see this year, we broke this like really critical support level at around the $5.20, right? So when we broke this 520, it's not a good sign, right? Since breaking at 520, there were some downside targets actually that were drawn, and we went to that $5 and it broke down as well. And that's where it started to consolidate and broke lower, right? So a little bit of weakness, I would say, after breaking the 520 somewhere in April, right? And then since then, we've been like pushing down and down and down. All right. And we managed to see a little bit of support coming back over the past, I would say, 3 to 4 months at this critical level. All right. This critical level would be none other than the 4 right? The $4 level that we have been holding since June 2020. That is like the range for now, right? June 2020 to now, we have rebounded about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times above that $4. So I would say that $4 would be a really good psychological support level as well. So far, we are still holding above it. We have actually rebounded again just last month in December. All right, but just take note that there is still actually some signs of weakness, right? Why? All right, look at this, right? In terms of the moving averages, this blue line is still pointing down. The red line is like, this was pointing down. Now it's like still like flattening out, but it's still like below the blue line. So mid to long term trend, to be honest, we might still be weak below this resistance level. And what is the resistance level? I would say that's key, all right, that is preventing more upside to actually happen. It will be that $4.60, right? $4.60. That is pretty much where selling can actually come back again. If you approach at 440, 450, 460, you can see right here in this range, I think selling can actually come back. This is where the 200 days moving average is as well. So just take note that that's where selling can actually come back again. So we want to probably see a little bit more signs of a good reversal happening in terms of the trend indicators. Right now, I mean, there's some signs of stability, but not really some signs of the uptrend happening. Does it make sense, right? So there's some signs of stability because we are in fact still above 4, right? So that's good, right? It's better than breaking 4 and then going to like 350 or 360, right? So at least we are holding above 4. But if you ask me whether are there like a clear sign of the uptrend, will start to move up and all that, no, I think right now it's still pretty much moving sideways, and the green line is still below the red line. So short to mid-term, we are actually consolidating a little bit more bearishly below this $4.60. So just take note, right? This is the range right now until we see some clear signs of the trend indicators turning up. All right, the red line going back above the the green moving back above the red line, 20 days above the 100 days moving average, both starting to point up, and hopefully we start to see that happen and we break this like resistance at about 450 to 460. Yes, then potentially we can start to see a good reversal starting to happen. But right now, I think there are still signs of weakness, especially below the 450 to 460. All right, so this is Wilmar. Just take note of the key levels that I just talked about. All right, and that will be stock number 6. All right, let's move on to stock number 7, which will be AEM. All right, AEM. A lot of you are asking about AEM as well, and in fact, this is one of the tech stocks in the Singapore market. It's quite bullish. We have seen quite a good move as well. We've covered it in some of the tech stocks video that I did as well. All right, and yeah, you can see this is where we are. Right, so we kind of broke this resistance level around the $4.30. Look at this level right here, 4.30. I talk about it many times. In fact, the whole of like 2021, we were just trading below the $4.30, $4.25. Okay, you can see went down, and somewhere around November, right? November, right here, we kind of broke it, right? Broke this like 4.30, quite a good bullish move. There were some upside targets that were drawn all the way to like $5 and maybe to like 5.20. So we kind of hit our target, and right now it is like consolidating, right? It's consolidating higher, which is good, right? Which is good. We don't want to like just see, as I say, go up every single day. We want to see like it breaking higher, pushing to a new high, and then consolidating, finding what we call a higher support level, not a lower support, right? A higher support. That's a good thing, because if it's a higher support, it means that buyers are prepared to come back in to buy at higher prices, to support prices at higher levels, right? And that's a good thing, right? In terms of the uptrend continuing. All right, and so you can see that right now the support level was originally probably at 4.30, right? 4.30 would be like the resistance support, but it doesn't even come back down to like 4.30, right? Somewhere around like $5. It is starting to consolidate over the past 1 month plus right here, $5 all the way to maybe about 5.40 to 5.50. That is pretty much the range for now, right? In fact, when you come like near the $5, I send out a note as well to clients, all right, in terms of like a rebound opportunity happening near $5 all the way back up to maybe about 5.40 to 5.50. So yeah, kind of like rebounded, but yesterday it kind of like sold off as well, which is normal, right? So that is the range, right? $5 to 5.50 is like 50 cents range, right? 50 cents range. So I think you're looking to trade this range, try to get in near like $5. That would be more upside reward, all right? And if you're afraid that it breaks that 5, you might start to trade all the way down to 4.30, which can actually be possible. Yeah, make sure you plan a stop loss just to get out at maybe 4.95 or something, in case it breaks and hits all the way down. You are still protected, and you still have that upside reward to play out as well, all right? So that is pretty much the range for now, $5 to about $5.50. 50 cents, right? $5, 5.50. Okay, and let's move on to stock number 8. Type 8, guys. Type 8 in the chat. All right, so we have like more than 200 of you on board already. Hi, guys. Welcome to this Facebook live show. Pretty much the first Facebook live show. Ask Me Any Stocks live show this year. So we have covered like 7 stocks already, and for those of you who have just joined us, all right, we have covered 7 stocks that a lot of you are asking about, and these 7 Singapore stocks are IFAST, Geo Energy, Riverstone, DBS, SIA, Wilmar, AEM, and the final one, the 8th stock, which would be OCBC, right? So yes, type 8 in the chat if you want to go on to stock number 8. Before we have more time, you can see if you can cover a few more stocks that you guys are asking about. All right, so I see a lot of 8. Thank you guys. So yeah, give me a like and share as well. That would definitely help out to reach out to more people. So let's move on to stock number 8, which would be OCBC, right? OCBC right here. Okay, so this is OCBC, right? So OCBC, I mean, compared to the banks, DBS and UOB, I would say that it wasn't that strong, right? It wasn't that strong, right? DBS and UOB, you can see, was a really, really firm uptrend, but OCBC, we actually saw weakness, since like August 2021, kind of like broke a little bit of support at 12, went down to around the $11, you can see, found a little bit of support, and we were actually consolidating. Look at this, right? We were actually consolidating right here from 11th to about that $11.50. So that was pretty much the range, right? And then I talk about this level at the $11.50 that actually broke out. Same thing like DBS when it broke that 33 level, like what I mentioned, there were some upside targets that were drawn. All right, so same thing, right? So when it broke this OCBC $11.50 level, there were actually some upside targets that were drawn as well. You can check out the video that I did about a week back. That was before the rally, all right? Before the rally and before there were talks about interest rate hikes and all that, and many of these banks are kind of like benefiting from this interest rate hikes because the interest margin will increase and it will come benefit their business, right? So they have come like went up by a bit, went up by quite a fair bit, right? And pushing up the STI index as well. All right, so yeah, this is OCBC. We can broke this $11.50 resistance, hit our target at that $12. At that $12, that level is key, right? You can see $12 was pretty much where we were kept since like August. All right, about 4 months, right? 4 months we went down. You can see we're trading below, went down, and now over the past 2 to 3 days, right, we actually went above the $12, right? We actually went above the $12. That is kind of like a good thing. That's a kind of a good thing in terms of the short term. We can actually see a little bit more upside all the way to that 12.50 to 12.60 level, right? 12.50 to 12.60 level. Why? Look at this, right? I mean, this was like in May. We kind of like hit it today. You can see quite a bearish candle. We sold off. So 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, we neared it. And sellers came back and take some profit. So I think if you have caught like the rebound, you've got in like 11.50, 60 around here. If we do near that 12.60, 12.50, you can also think about locking in some profits. Nothing wrong to put some money in your pocket, right? You can probably think about taking some profits around here because that's where selling can actually come back again. Maybe you sell, you can wait for a pullback to come back, maybe come back in again near $12 or something and start to load up again. But yeah, nothing wrong to take some profits. But most importantly, what you want to do is to protect your profits. I think like I mentioned for DBS, if it does hit higher, you want to protect your profits, raise your stop loss. So in case you just reverse back down, at least you're still sitting on profits, right? Does it make sense? All right, so this is OCBC. I think it looks quite good, right? It looks quite good. Over the past few days, we broke that $12. So that's a good thing. I mentioned about this $12 resistance. That is a good thing. We can actually see a little bit more upside all the way to like 12.50, 12.60. Selling can actually come back there again. Okay, good. So how many of you are still here? Type 10, guys. Type 10 in the chat if you are still here. All right. And if you want me to cover like more stocks, we try to cover maybe about 1 or 2 more stocks. It's like an hour already. All right. So type 10 in the chat. Okay, 10. Okay, good. So we have gone on to stock number 8 already, right? So we've covered like IFAST, Geo Energy, Riverstone, DBS, SIA, Wilmar, AEM, and OCBC. So let me just go back to Slido, right? Let me just go back to the Slido app, all right? And this is the Slido app, right? Join us, go to slido.com, AMAS04, all right? And go ahead to let me know the stocks, right? Maybe just try to cover like 1 or 2 more stocks, right? Just like 5 or 10 more minutes, right? I don't want to hold you guys up, all right? So let's just try to go on to this, right? So go to studio.com, stock code AMAS04. Let's see what are some of the new stocks that we have not yet covered. I covered most of it already. All right, maybe like just 2 more stocks that we have not covered. We see if we can cover that. All right, so go to AMAS, open a new tab, open it on your phone or computer as well. Studio.com, stock code AMAS04. This is live, guys. We'll see what are some of the changes, any new stock that you want to be covered, right? That you want covered, right? In this very session, ask me any stocks, the Singapore edition, right? The Singapore market, right? So, okay, so let's take a look and see if they are able. So I think the few that we have covered, the big SIA done, IFAST done. Let's see if there are any new one. Okay, it seems like Frencken, right? Frencken is one of them, right? Frencken is one of the stocks that you guys want to be covered. Let me just see if there are any new ones that comes into the picture. Okay, Frencken, Wilmar done, the AEM done. Any new one? Let me see. Go ahead. DBS done. So Frencken seems like Frencken is like coming up fast. Frencken. Okay, 10 more seconds, guys. 10 more seconds. Frencken, we'll cover Frencken. All right, let's just write it down. Frencken. What about the next one? Next one would be, let's take a look. So it's like changing, guys. ISDN. ISDN. Okay, done. Right. Frencken and ISDN. Done, guys. This is pretty much Frencken and ISDN. Okay, good. So I've got the stock, right? So we just cover like 2 more stocks, guys. Frencken and ISDN, right? The 2 stocks pretty much in the Singapore tech sector as well. All right, whereby you guys are asking about, right? So total of like 10 Singapore stocks today. This stock number 9. Let's go on to Frencken, right? So this is Frencken right here. So one of those good, I would say, tech stocks for the whole of like 2021. We actually saw quite a good uptrend. You can see it started to push up from like 120 to 150. We broke it, 180. $2, and we went to high about 250, and that was where some selling actually came back, right, somewhere around that $2.50 level, right? So this is pretty much where we were somewhere in December, right? November, December, there was the range right here. And 210 was actually this really good support level that I actually expected it to hold, right? Because you can see 210, we broke up here, it went from like 210 to 250, down, went up again to 250, and then we neared at 210. So actually expecting a little bit of upside, just a bit above 210, and hopefully we can see some good bullish reversal actions here, and then we can see the rebound maybe back to like 250. But it did, right? It's something like a double top here, double top with 250 as the first top, second top right here, and then we broke that 210. So when we broke that 210, right, a little bit of weakness, unfortunately, because look at this, right? When we broke the 210, you can see this 20 days moving average has kind of like went below the 100 days moving average line as well, right? So when we broke the 210, not so good, and after that, unfortunately, the $2 broke down as well, and that's where some selling, more selling actually came back. So I would say that for Frencken, in terms of the tech sector, unfortunately, we are still seeing a little bit of weakness right now. Let me just zoom it in for you guys. We're still seeing a little bit of weakness, below this like $2. So $2 would be like the resistance level. You can see the past 1 month, we rebounded from 180 to $2. Okay, 180 to $2, like about a 20 cents range, all right, and somewhere near $2, sellers just came back and push it back down, right? So just take note, this support level about 180, right? So far, it is still holding, all right? It is still holding. In fact, we may actually see like a rebound from 180 back to the $2 again, like what we have seen somewhere in like end of the year, end of 2021, we did see that. But just be careful, because I think if that 180, to be honest, were to break down, we might actually see a little bit more weakness, right? We might actually see a little bit more weakness. It can maybe hit to like 160 or maybe 170 level. That could actually be the downside, right? Because as I say, there are some signs of weakness in the short term in terms of the moving averages. In the longer term, all right, it's still a little bit hard to say because it's only like a month, and of course there are some signs of the 100 days moving average starting to point down already. All right, so it's still a little bit hard to say, but it looks a little bit more shaky, I would say, below $2. Below $2, this psychological resistance level right here, I think it looks a little bit more shaky. So hopefully, all right, hopefully we just consolidate from 180 to $2, like up, down, and when we do like break above this $2 level, I think that would lend it some good support, that would lend it like some good upside momentum coming back again, and we might actually see a good reversal if that actually happens. But right now you can see $2 it touches and just comes back down, right? So not a good thing, right? Not a good thing. We don't see break at $2, and if it does break at $2, I would say that the moving averages will probably like flatten and also turn up, and that could actually point towards a reversal. Or if not, we are back in this 180 to $2 range. So this is Frencken, right? I would say that, compared to like AEM, a little bit more weak, right, compared to AEM, which actually kind of like push higher and consolidating higher. For Frencken, we kind of like broke the support, went lower and consolidated lower, right, which is like a little bit not so good in terms of the trend, right, whereby we're seeing prices kind of like consolidating at a lower fix, a lower price level. Okay, so this is Frencken. Taking of the range, 180 to $2. $2 is key. We definitely want to break that $2 and stay above, not just break and come back down. Then no, it doesn't count, right? We want to break above the $2, stay above for the next few days or next 1 to 2 weeks. That will be a good thing. And hopefully we see some signs of reversal in terms of the trend indicators. Then potentially it could be a reversal. But right now it's still below 2, right? It can still be negative in the short term. Okay, so that is Frencken, right? Let's move on to the next one, which should be ISDN, I think, which a lot of you are asking about as well. All right, so this is ISDN. Also, one of the stocks that a lot of you are asking about, and I would say that for ISDN, it looks quite volatile, to be honest, right? Since like 2021, you can see this stock, even though it's in the uptrend, but it has been quite volatile. You can see it went up to like 80 cents, 85, went down. All right, the range is quite huge, from like 60 to 80, 60 to 80. It's like a 20 cents range in a couple of weeks, right? You can see it's quite went up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? And now we are somewhere around 705, which is like in the center of the 60 to 80 cents range. Make sense? All right. So we are like 705, right? So good, right? So far so good, right? It seems like we are seeing some support coming in around the 70 cents. So, we can actually draw some upside targets all the way to like maybe 75 first, a little bit of profit taking here, 75. If that breaks, then back up to that 80 cents. This 80 cents is key, right? Look at this 80 cents. We like nearly 1, 2, went up a little bit, came back down 3, 4 times, and we are down. So 80 cents, I think that's where selling can actually happen. If you do hit that level, you can also think about getting out as well. All right. So I would say that ISDN looks slightly better compared to Frencken, right? Because we actually broke above that 70 cents, and so far we are still holding above 70 cents. And in terms of the moving average, you can see that they're all like like sideways, very close to each other. So it kind of like points towards a consolidation, but you can see that it's slightly higher consolidation because the green line is still like pointing up. All right, and this 70 cents level also coincides with where the green line is, which is the 20 days moving average. So anything above 70 cents, I think in the short term still looks quite okay. Hopefully we can break this 75 to go all the way to about 80 cents, right? To 80 cents. Okay, so this is ISDN, right? And yeah, in the longer term, you can see I've kind of like drawn this. So I think we have covered this stock as well in the videos that I've done. And you can see that this is a longer term upward sloping channel support line since like 2020 August. We draw this line, you see it kind of like rebounded many times. So far, as long as we are still holding above this upward sloping channel support line, and yeah, even above that 70 cents, that would be even better. That's where we can potentially see the reversal back up. Okay, so just think of where we can see selling coming back again around 80 cents, whereby you can think about just locking in some profits as well. Okay, good. Yes, guys, how many of you are still here? How many of you still here? Type yes in the chat. If you guys are still here, we have like more than about 200 of you still here, right? Type yes in the chat if you are still here, and give me a like and a heart shape. Thank you so much. Let me know in the chat. Type yes if you are still here. So we've gone on for like more than an hour, all right? More than an hour for those of you who have stayed with me all the way to the end. Good to see you here. Hi, Y Chan. Hi, Estelle, Josephine. Yes. Andy, yes. Paul, yes. Awesome. Hi, SQ, Sean, Y Chan, Terry, Chin Chai, Lynette. Good to see you here. Hi, Tanga. Okay, good. Okay, so yes, thank you guys. So for those of you who have stayed all the way here, thank you so much. I believe we have come to the end of this session, all right? And for those of you who want to find out a little bit more on maybe like some of those stocks that you're asking about, and maybe as I mentioned, some of these stocks we actually covered, and clients were actually alerted by WhatsApp broadcast. Hi, Lisa, good to see you here. Hi, Kian Boon, good to see you here. So yeah, I mean, pretty much if some of you want to have like some of those stocks that we share, you can go ahead to, come on board as a client of mine in Philip Securities in case you're not too sure. I'm actually a broker in Philip Securities. Some call it a remisier, a stockbroker, a trading representative, right? And if you're like trading on your own, you don't get any ideas, no trading, no support, no WhatsApp, pretty much on your own, online, you might want to come on board as a client. That's where you can get some of our trainings as a client. Of course, some of our top ideas by WhatsApp Live. And in fact, some of those stocks that we shared, we actually send it out to clients by WhatsApp with like a chart, a little description by me personally, daily, live WhatsApp broadcast. So make sure you come on board if you are still not yet a client of mine in Philip Securities, right? So let me just go ahead to share with you guys the link. I think some of you are asking about the link. All right, if you can find a bit more on how to become a client and get some of these ideas. Hi, thank you, thank you, Lynette, Terrence, Ahoy, Maureen. Okay, good. So that is the link for those of you who are not yet a client of mine in Philip Securities. Definitely want to check it out. All right, come on board, click on the link, find out a little bit more. And that's where I can speak with you, and that's where we can support you a little bit faster. Me and my team will be able to support you, right? So thank you so much for joining us in this very live session, Facebook Live. Ask me any stocks for the Singapore market. We have pretty much covered, all right, 10 stocks, right? 10 stocks. Okay, thanks, Han Hok. Thanks, Lisa. Awesome, all right? So we have pretty much covered 10 stocks. Let me just do a quick overview again. What are these 10 stocks? IFAST, Geo Energy, Riverstone, DBS, SIA, Wilmar, AEM, OCBC, Frencken, and the final last, number 10, ISDN. All right, ISDN. These are pretty much the 10 stocks that we have covered today. If you have missed any of these 10 stocks, don't worry, go to my Facebook page. All right, which is where you are right now. Make sure, guys, you like the Facebook page. I think, some of you might not even have liked the Facebook page or something, right? Go ahead to, I think it's stream on YouTube as well. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the Facebook page as well so that you will not miss out on any videos like this. I think there should be like a bell icon somewhere. All right, you can click on it and you will be alerted whenever we go live. I think that should be how it works, right? I'm not too sure. Okay, so I think there should be a bell icon somewhere. Right, just go and click on it. All right, like the Facebook page so at least when we go live, you will not miss out on any videos like this. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. I believe that my job is done for the day. All right, as I say, some of you who are not a client yet, go ahead. I have shared the link already in the comment. Let me just place the link here again. Click on the link, find out a little bit more on how you can come on board as a client, and this way you can get some of our top ideas by WhatsApp much faster and some of those top trainings as well. All right, so thank you so much for your time. So if you have gained value so far, all right, if you have gained value in the this Ask Me Any Stock session, type value. Let me know, type value in the chat if you have gained value so far. Thank you. Hi, Jasmine, thank you. So Lawrence, thank you. Alice, thank you. Emily, thank you. Thanks, Master Joey. Thank you. Chris, Sim, thanks. Esther, values. Sean, value. Thank you, Sean. Catherine, value. Alice, super value. Thank you, Alice. Okay, good. Alice, value. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Right, so I'm not holding you up, guys. Have a good weekend. All right, have a good weekend. Chinese New Year is coming soon, so Happy New Year to you. A great New Year for 2022. All right, wishing you good health, happiness. Health is most important. All right, of course, happiness, health, wealth. All right, and Joey here. Thank you so much for staying all the way to the end of this very first Facebook live show of the year in 2022. I hope you have taken note of the 10 stocks. I look forward to see you in the next Facebook live session. All right, if you're not yet a client, let's say, click on the link, come aboard, and that's where you will not miss out on some of the ideas that we share on WhatsApp Live, right? So Joey here, signing off. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Take care. Bye.